please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, so we have some news this morning, an important restricted free agent signing. Sam Reinhart and the Buffalo Sabres have agreed to a one-year contract worth $5.2 million for the upcoming NHL season. And this is big for Buffalo because they still had some important RFAs. They still have some important RFAs that they need to get deals done with, but Reinhart is the first of the three big ones. It was Reinhart, Olofsson, and Linus Ullmark, and they still have to get Olofsson and Ullmark signed, but Sam Reinhart has agreed to a deal, 1 year, $5.2 million, for a guy who's been playing on the right wing a lot with Jack Eichel and in their top six, who can bring you 50, 60 plus points. And overall, I think this is an important and good signing for Buffalo. Sam Reinhart was supposed to be a center when he was drafted, and he never really worked down the middle, but for the last few years, so the last couple years, he's been playing on the right wing, and he's been playing fairly well. He had 65 points in 2018-19. He had 50 points in last year's shortened season. He's been playing the right side, and he's become a pretty important player for them. He's still only 24 years old. And while he certainly hasn't become the player that Buffalo was hoping that he would when they drafted him second overall in 2014, he's not a superstar, but he's become an important and a very solid top six player for them. So this was an important deal for the Sabres to get done, specifically because he's a right winger. Now, they're obviously loaded on the left side now with Hall and Skinner and Olofsson, who they will, get re-signed. But the right side is a lot, weaker, a lot more of a question mark. But they needed to bring Reinhart back because he is their best right winger. Olofsson can play both sides, so if you need to move him to the right, I think he's capable of doing that. But Reinhart's your top right wing at this point, and it was really, really important that they bring him back. So they get him back on a deal that pays him $5.2 million, so a little over $5 million for a guy who can bring you at least 50, if not 60 plus points next season. It's not Buffalo's offense that I'm worried about. I still don't think they're going to get a whole lot of scoring from their bottom six, but when you have a loaded top six like the Sabres do right now, then bringing in Stahl, bringing in Hall, I'm not worried about goal scoring for Buffalo next season. My questions with the Buffalo Sabres are still goaltending and defense. And Carter Hutton, failed experiment as a starting goaltender, has not worked out at all. Linus Ullmark has been good, but I don't see him as a true number one who's going to play 60 plus games in a season. I see him more of a Thomas Greiss like 1B type guy who can play really well in that role, but not going to carry a team. In their defense, I mean, when you have Rasmus Ristolainen on your top pair, that's all you need to know about their defense. That's still a huge issue, and they've got a lot of defensemen who are playing in roles that are too bigger than what they should be playing in. So, again, those are my questions with Buffalo or defense and goaltending, not the offense, because this offense that they're building there, with Hall and Reinhart re-signed, and hopefully Olofsson re-signed soon, and Stahl coming in to be your second line center, I think that offensive group, that top six at least, is going to be really, really good. They're going to put the puck in the net. And I have Jack Eichel. I mean, I don't even need to mention, we all know Jack Eichel and the superstar that he is. So, again, I think Buffalo's going to score goals next year. The question's going to be, can they keep the puck out of their own net? And can they do that enough to win games in a very top-heavy division with teams like Boston and Tampa Bay and Toronto and even the Canadians, who are added to that team in the offseason. So, they play in a tough division at the top, and it's going to be interesting to see how do they fare against those other top teams in their division. But Reinhart back to Buffalo, 1-year deal. So a lot of 1-year deals here with the Sabres. So they'll need a new contract again next season. But I think this is kind of a show me deal. The last 2 years he's been good. 3 years ago he had 50 points in 82 games. Then he went up to 65 points in 82 games. Then last year in 69 games he had 50 points. So he would have had more than 50 if the full season was played. So this is kind of all right. You've put some decent years together here. Let's see you do it one more time, and then we might be looking at his value really increasing if he has another 60+ point season this year. So we'll see how it goes, but Reinhart's going back to Buffalo. They still have to get Ullmark and Olofsson signed, but they get one of the big 3 RFAs locked up for at least for next season in Sam Reinhart, $5.2 million. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.